Welcome to Copperhead Customs and welcome to a new episode on a new build. Oh yeah, another build? Are you serious, buddy? Yeah, I am. So stick tuned to see what it is. So this is going to be the first episode of our 1932 Ford pickup. So we'll go... And that's a picture of it mocked up sitting here 6 months ago before I pulled it all to pieces. So what we've got sitting there, that's the chassis. So stick around and a bit close, and let's see how we do this one. Reaper.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Right, so 1932. This is actually a 1934 Chev chassis, as far as I know. Now this, most of this was done. This was all done, and yeah. Yes, that's all we're going to say about it, is that some of this was done. So now the plan is so the last, you would have just seen me doing welding stuff out. So I've been welding these out. I've been welding all this out. This is boxed in with 3-4mm plate. We got a Holden HT front end, welded it well. Was sort of kind of tacked into it. I've been welding it out. They've done this bar work. So the bar work was actually not bad. How do I say this? The bends and everything were nice. The welding, my goodness gracious me. So I've had to go through, I've pretty much got all this welded, but now I've got to go through and grind out a lot of the existing welds that were in it, because they are just not cutting the mustard. They're not cutting the mustard for me, and I don't think they'll cut the mustard for anyone else. So we've got to go through and grind a lot of that out and then redo it. So yeah, but there was some funky stuff happening here. So anyway, like, yeah, I'm not going to get too much into that. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. But sometimes you should leave the welding to the professionals, is all I need to say. All right, so anyway, we've pretty much... Honestly, if I had a proper look at this, I wouldn't have bought this. Okay, so this is a fiberglass, my fiberglass 32 shell you've seen out there. We've got the seat sitting here. This thing's all been together pretty much. It's pretty much built. There's our motor I built for it. I bought a little 283 Chevy, built that up. It's all ready to go. We're going to run a 3-speed manual behind it, like that. Oh yeah. We've got a Mitsubishi L300 van diff for the rear. It's going to be 4-bar set up. So it's pretty cool. It's going to be a pretty cool little jigger. That was the tray, but we're not doing that. We're doing something different. I've got different ideas for this. So this is the chassis I sent around to me mates, and he did this little back section. He chopped out their crappy mounts they had for their shocks. He ripped them out. He plated this back section, put this pole in, pipe in, whatever you want to call it, and did this. But he got too busy and he just couldn't get it done. So I've grabbed it back and I'll just do it. So like I said, I've welded all this out yesterday and welded all of that out. As you can see now, I've got our first piece to box this section in, cut. What I'm going to do now is you see these holes. So I asked old mate to, he's welded like a 6mm bit of flat bar on the inside of them, which gives us nice meat to drill on tap to hold any brackets for brake lines and fuel lines and electrical work. So that's what I've got to do along here now. I've got to drill a few holes in there and weld some plates on the back, or I was humming and hawing, I might just weld some 10mm nuts is what I was thinking. Drill some holes and put some not 10mm, but M10s are they? I don't know. They're little suckers. Got boxes of them here. This size bolt, but put the nuts on. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I might just weld some nuts on the inside there. And weld that piece out. And then while we've got it on this plane, on the rotisserie, we might as well make a little piece in here and a little piece for back here, and then weld that out. Now, I'm still not 100% what I'm going to do there, whether I take this out and build a new piece, or I was actually thinking of maybe boxing this somehow. So I'm not quite sure. I was thinking of just boxing the whole triangle in. That's what I was thinking about. So we'll have a little look, because we've got a bit of a weird angle there. So I'm not quite sure what I'll do. We'll think about that while we're doing this. Think about what to do there. And like I said, we've got to get in here and we've got to grind some of these monstrosities out a bit. Like, I'll just show you this one for argument's sake. Okay? So, yes, we've got to grind that out and put a decent weld in there. Okay? That is the plan. Because what we want is, we sort of want it to look like this. More like this. Now, even these have a few little issues because we're doing with, so this needs a little tickle up and a couple little starts and stops looked at. But that's pretty good. Now, we don't, this has to be inspected and they don't want the welds all ground up. So they want to see the weld. So we've got to be very, 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 the word I'm looking for, very pedantic on it. Here's another bit of quality. So you see what I'm dealing with. We've got to get rid of that shit. Sorry to swear, but we've got to get rid of that shit. And we've got to do it properly. Here's some more. So you can see what I'm dealing with. So yes, that is our plan. Is grind all this crap. Weld it properly. We've got to box in the center sections. Top and bottom. We've got a bit of work at the front to do. If you look in here, we need to do something with this ugliness. And so we've got to grind all this up, plate it. We've got to fix that. See, they've done some stupid stuff, like we're probably going to box these in. And we'll put a bit of nice shape on these. Basically, we've got to just make this chassis up to standard, up to strength. All that. Oh, here's something else. The rack brackets. Like, come on, they're ugly as. So we want to do something with them. I'm actually thinking I might just box in the sides and maybe a piece in there, or just even boxing in the sides or something. This piece here I can't find. So I don't even know why that was cut, to tell you the truth, but we're going to have to do something with that. Plate that in. Yeah. And then we'll rotate it to the next plane and rotate it to the next plane until we're happy with it in all four angles. And then we've got to get the diff, the 4 bars, and the panhard bar sorted, and weld our pipe in here and our shock mounts and our panhard bar mounts. We've got to weld the diff out. And when we got to all of that, we can drop this sucker on the ground and we can start building it. Oh yeah. So this won't be the most enthralling video to watch because it's just going to be lots of fab, lots of welding, and but what do? This is going to be the first one. This build, once this part's done, this build's going to be exciting and it should move because we've got, yeah, so we get this into a rolling chassis with the motor in it, with the gearbox in it, with the diff in it, with the wheels on it, all the suspension in it, and then we get it inspected. So stay tuned. This one's going to be badass because the plan eventually, that little 283, we're gonna put a blower. Oh yeah, we're gonna put a blower on that sucker. Eventually, it's a brand new build. I built it myself. Go check the video out. It's just a stocky, but that's okay. We're just gonna put a blower on it, on the small boost, and a little stocky with. It's gonna be beautifuls. We're not gonna sling it to stupid revs. So that's gonna be the plan with this eventually. Anyway, the reason we're not jumping on this is because I want to finish that one first. I want to weld that chassis out, but I've got this one on the jig, or on the rotisserie, so we've got to quickly pump this chassis out so we can get that chassis on. Man, I'm going to be so sick of welding. Anyway, Reaper.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. If I want it, gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly,
Reaper. Well, there is a little weld out session. So what we did on there, I don't know if you can see the holes on there. So we drilled some holes and we welded some nuts on. I don't know what they are. Probably they're a 10mm head, probably M6s or something. So we've put 4 of them along there, like I said, to pick up any pipe work for clamping. And there we go. Hey, ooh yeah. There's some serious beads along there. Ah yeah. Yeah, and over the other side as well. So we've just smacked all that out. So there's that centerpiece done. What we've got to do now is we've got to do a little piece in here. And you would have seen me cut a template up down here for this little piece in here. And then we've got to work out something in here. I'm not quite sure whether to take a piece straight into there or whether to actually box that up into there. So we've got to do that. We've got that piece in there done. If you can see all that, it's all welded out. So we are kicking goals. In the next hour or so, we should have this rail done bar the front. We've got to do something with the front, don't we? We've got to do some shaping on there. And then we've just got to come through and grind up a few of these turd welds that have been done from someone else and relay them. But the major boxing is nearly done. Woo! Yeah, I know, it's boring to watch, but that's how it is. We're going to pump this out. Hopefully by the end of the weekend we've got this sucker done and we'll drop it off. So anyway, enough rambling. Let's get back onto it. Reaper. Hey, and I'm starting to look like a possum.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know.
It is the next day. We did a big day's work yesterday, so today I'm not going to bore you with all the welding of this second rail. We have all the other rail, can you see all that? It is all boxed in, full length. We did this here, boxed that, we boxed up in there. It's all been done, all welded, it's all welded nicely. We're going to go over it again though and check everything out more thoroughly. There's a couple that I'll give a little tickle up on, a couple little grinding bits here and there. We still got some more of these turdy ones to address, like this. Yeah, we've got a bit more of that to address. So there'll be a couple to grind down a little bit and neaten up. But yeah, now we're going to pump this bottom one. I'm not even going to bother recording, I'm just going to pump this out. We've got to do exactly what we did to the top on this rail. So we've got to put a piece in there, a piece there, a piece in there, the long piece through the middle, and we'll end up with a little piece in there. Oh yeah, I also did I put a little curvy piece on there, so we've got to do that to this one. There's a bit more stuff to go over. I think I'm going to box in the sides of these here as well. I want to do something with these brackets, make them look a bit nicer. So we'll see how we go with all that. So we'll see how I go today. I'll come back in later on. If I get to the power steering brackets, I'll come back. And if I get to the diff, we've got to weld the diff out. And then it's still the diff. So if we can get to that today, then I'll call back in. And yeah, wish me luck. Let's do some freaking fabricating, which I'm not looking forward to. Anyway, let's pump this out, get this chassis done, get this sucker finished on the ground, and move on to stuff that's a way bit more enjoyable. Reaper. we are back and we are buggered. So it's, I don't know, it's nearly 7 o'clock. So we've been at this for a freaking while. Well, we start at 9. Went 9 to 10, then we went into town with the boss to lunch. So we've just done from 12 till 7. So we've done 8 hours on this today. I've just constantly freaking welding and grinding. So we've got it all boxed in and welded. Lovely little tool here I got from the shop the other day. Little chalk holder. Oh, that was pretty cool anyway. See the things that excite me. Anyway, yes, we boxed it in here. Put a plate in there. We put the big one in, and some dumb ass forgot to drill the holes and weld the nuts on. So we're going to have to think about something later. We did the little one in there. Same little one up the front there. In there. We ground all... let's move this helmet. Oh, I'm getting pretty sore. Tell you what, I'm getting old. So yeah, we ground all that down and run a new bead over the top. I think we did one here too. We did some work on the front. We got our little curvies done. Top and bottom. We still got a couple of welds to do when I spin it. Now, we've had the rack in and we've marked here. So I think we're just going to box the sides in. Box both sides in and leave the ends open is what I'm thinking. Make them look a bit nicer. Still got to do this thing that I've misplaced, but we can do that later. We don't need that on the rotisserie for that, but we'll do this on the rotisserie. Rotisserie, is that what you call it? Anyway, we also want to grind those ugly brackets up, put a bit of a curvature on them. Yeah, so we're basically, I'll do those little power steering brackets in the morning, and we're ready to rotate then, I think. So we've basically done it now. We've just got a couple of things. We've got to weld the underside of these, top, both of them. Oh yeah, we've got to do these too. We've got to do the little triangle plates in there on both. And we want to do the power steering ones, like I said. And we've got that there, that hole to fix. Other than that, I think everything's welded out. Yeah, those ones we want to curve and make look nicer. And then we've done the diff. We welded the diff out. Yeah, it's pretty ugly. So what I'm thinking of doing on this... Oh, I'm going to sit down. Because these are like, yeah, this is pretty ordinary, but I just wanted it done to fab up. So I don't even know. I might actually go get a whole new diff because the center that came with it is not the center for it. So like I said, this is out of Mitsubishi L300. I'm not sure if it's shortened or not or what, but this is a 10-bolt center. So I think the reason they do these is because the centers are LSD and they're really good gear ratio. I think that's why they do it. But he's given me a Holden Banjo diff center, which is an 8-bolt, so it definitely doesn't fit. So anyway, what I'm thinking of doing here is I'm thinking of actually plating these along here, putting a little plate up to there. So I'm thinking of doing on those brackets and then probably plate the bottom as well. So we might stuff around with that, but that, like I said, we might just quickly smack that out tomorrow. And then we have my mate, and he's a subscriber, and my mate, the bloke who's going to do the chassis, he brought me a pipe around and some shock mount brackets. They're over there. So now this is welded out. Once we do these few little jobs on the chassis, we'll flip it. And we'll throw the diff in, we'll put all the 4 bars on and work out where the diff shock mounts. And we'll put the shocks on, work out where the shock mounts go, work out where to put that pole. It's going to go in the back there, like whoosh, in there. And work all that out, and we'll weld all that in quickly tomorrow. So tomorrow this sucker's done. Woo! Thank God. So yeah. That's the plan. And then we also got to work out where to mount that panhard bar. Now, he thinks I should just change that panhard bar to something else, but honestly, I've got enough to do. I'm absolutely buggered. My arm, I don't know if you know, I've still got a bad elbow, so it's killing me. It's enough whinging anyway. So yeah, I think that's us. Oh, and these here I'll show you. See, look at this, right? Boom. See that? Anyway, I like this. So I want to grind these up, sort of something like that. A little bit of a woof, like that on them. And I want to do the same at the front of them. There's a little curvature that has to be put on. That bracket there, that little square bracket there, we'll probably round that up. So yeah, we just got to go over it with the grinder a little bit. Other than that, I think she's done. So what did we spend? How many hours we spend on this? I reckon we spent 8 hours today, and I reckon we did 5 hours yesterday. Would have we even done 5 hours on it yesterday? Maybe. Yeah, probably 5 hours yesterday and 8 hours today. So what's that? Not a lot, really. And we smashed it. So anyway, I'm going inside, having a lemonade, and going to collapse, have a shower, and then collapse on the lounge. And then I've got to edit a video for you. So anyway, this video is not ending, so don't worry. We're going to get this chassis completed before we finish this episode. So anyway, that's enough of me talk and dribble. I'm going inside, and I'll see you tomorrow. Reaper.
Who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. Yeah, you ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah. I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving, you can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again. No fear, see clear, you deserve to be great. I know it feels like things get in your way. Push through those walls and the others will fall. Sit up, stand tall, you can get through it all. I need some energy, anxiety's no friend to me. I have a short memory, I don't really remember things. That's how I move on, that's how I stay strong. A new day's on, I'll keep moving right along. And I feel like the pain in the past, it needs to stay in the past. You gotta take off the cast. I wanna feel like I'm a new person. I wanna have clear vision and purpose. And I feel like the pain shouldn't last. If you can move on and past the things that make you feel bad, and you can change in your brain, I'm certain. I've done it before, and man, I'm not perfect. I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving, you can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again. They call me a god, they call me a god, they call me a god, they call me a god. Let's go! I'm about to go off like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason, I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing, straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent, cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly, never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady, look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy, I'll put you in a grid 6 feet like Kenny.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
We're back after a monster effort. We have completed it. Well, 99%. Got a couple little things to grind up, but basically we've got to get it inspected first before we go grinding any of the welds down. We cap the ends, so they will have to have a nice little neaten, but we do have the little cover, the little tin cover that goes in here and covers all this up and joins into our grill. So if you know anything about a 32, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you'll have to wait. Anyway, we boxed in the power steering brackets. So when the actual power steering unit, not the rack, sorry, not the rack's in there, they look pretty good. We still got to do that. We boxed in the whole chassis. We've gone over most of it. We neatened those up. We've got all the rear end in. Now, I don't know if you've seen what I did. I had the angle gauge going there. I've set the shocks at 30 degrees. Hopefully that works. So we've got our pipe we put through the center there, and we've got our 4-bar set up. Now, we've done the panhard bar like that. Now, I don't know. I don't know if I'm happy with how I've done that. We may swap that around the other way and have the straight at this end and have it curve up like that, is what I'm thinking. I don't know. Well, I'll have that working. I'll do some more research on the panhard bar, because what I was kind of researching was telling me that the mounts should be sort of on the same plane to stop any sideways travel. So I don't know. We'll see. There won't be a lot of travel in this, but yeah. Anyway, we set the shocks up at 30 degrees angle to try to lower it. I don't think you can really go much further than 30 degrees on the shockers. So yeah, we got little shock mounts. The bolts aren't the right bolts in there or anything yet. Nothing's done up. Oi! And there we go. We've got the bar in the back. That's what old mate did. We changed that up. Yeah, I think we like that. So I'm humming and hawing about whether we do the bar in the front. But if we do the bar in the front, we don't get to put that little tin piece I was talking about in. It's not up there. So anyway, what else do we do? We boxed all this in, all of these in. So this is the original K-frame, I suppose you'd call it. So that's all boxed in now as well. Yeah, I think we're done. So the diff's in, it's on the ground. And look what we've done. Oh, yeah, we pulled the motor out of the covers. So if you're new, you haven't seen this sucker, it's a little freshly rebuilt 283 I rebuilt. And if we've pulled that out, it must mean it's going in soon. Yeah. There's one other thing we've got to do now. What we do have to do is, that's why we got the motor out, is the motor's going to go in. And I was looking on the plans. So this has actually had plans drawn up that had to be submitted and then approved. So we've already changed a few things because they had some ugly Gauve box section malarkey back here that we turned into pipe. But it actually says that these mounts were a bar going through. So I think what we're going to do is drop the motor in, and then I'm going to bend up a pipe or something to go underneath from there to there, if that makes any sense, underneath the motor, but I want it nice and tight to the motor. So we've got to do that, but basically we can start playing with this one as well. We don't have enough to do. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank God, because that clearly killed me. So I think it took me 20 hours. 20 hours to do that. And there you go. All right. So now that's done. Guess what? We've got to do it all again, because now we've got to put that one on the rotisserie and do it one more time. It's going to get that pumped out, and then we don't have to do this malarkey for ages. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And we'll see you next time I'm looking at you. Reaper.